Hi there, welcome to another episode of Witchfinder's Gaming Vault, and today I'm going to be looking at another Commodore 64 game, and that game is Los Angeles Police Department. So let's take a look at the fact file for the game. LA Police Department was released in 1991 in European territories. It's published by Players Software and it was developed by Philip Ruston. The price I paid for this game was a colossal 10 pence. That's because it came as part of a bundle. And the going rate for this game on eBay, if you want to get yourself a copy, is currently just £2 to £3. This is a game that I've never played before. I bought it as part of a bundle, as I've just said. I never even loaded it, so hopefully it loads first and foremost. But before that, let's take a look at the packaging and then we'll see how the game plays. Let's take a look at the packaging in more detail then. As you can see, it says Los Angeles Police Department. It's got a pretty decent front cover there. Looks like the sort of poster from an action movie. You've got your guy with his Uzi machine gun in the foreground. In the background, you've got the city and a police car and police badges and helicopter and things like that. And at the bottom there, it says programmed by Philip Ruston, which I don't think is right. It's actually Ruston. So well done there with the proofreading. It also says it's a new release. Well, why wouldn't it be? Because it's here in the packaging. So on the spine there, it says Los Angeles Police Department. And at the bottom there, it says Collector's Edition, number 9. I don't know why it's a Collector's Edition. I think that's just something put on there to make it seem better than it really is. On the back, we have, of course, got some screenshots, and it's obviously some kind of first-person gallery shooter, probably scrolling like Operation Wolf, I would imagine. So let's have a look at the blurb for the game. Also, before we look at that, they've gone a bit Codemasters here with the whole superlatives that aren't really superlatives, like four-way scrolling and actual screenshots, and also copying Codemasters. They've put various words here in uppercase for no good reason. So the streets of Los Angeles have become infested by marauding gangs of violent criminals. Armed to the teeth, they're creating urban anarchy. Your task is to clear the streets of this vermin and return LA to a safe haven once more. So yeah, and also a little thing there saying piracy is theft. Quick look at the cassette then. As you can see, it's a clear cassette. It does say LA Police Department on it in blue, very hard to read, and the players' copyright information and stuff like that there. Not very easy to read, so let's move on to the instructions, and here they are. So it's a repeat of what was written on the back cover for the most part there. It's just basically expanding on it. You are a special agent attached to the Los Angeles Police Department. The streets of LA have become the battleground for lawless bands of violent criminals fighting amongst themselves for supremacy. The Commissioner of Police has tried everything to rid the city of this threat to its existence, but the average cop on the street is no match for these violent desperados. There is only one option left. You must take to the streets yourself, armed with your Uzi machine gun. You must clear each area before moving on to clear the next, increasingly more difficult one. And also there's some more of these superlatives: nerve-tingling action and atmospheric backdrops. So then it goes on, and it's got... I'm making a right mess of this here, but here we go. So it's got a couple of adverts for other games from Players, European Soccer Challenge and Miami Cobra GT. And then on the inside we get some more details. So you've got loading instructions, very big text here, very big text indeed. So the game: in each district of the city you must wipe out your daily quota of gang members. Once these henchmen have been eliminated, you must tackle the gang boss before going on to the next more dangerous district. To operate your Uzi machine gun, use directional controls to move the crosshair, press fire to shoot. Your energy will be depleted either if you're shot or innocent bystanders get caught in the crossfire. Extra ammunition, first aid equipment and body armour may be liberated from gang members you eliminate. And then you've got the controls just in case you didn't know how to move a crosshairs. Up is up, down is down, left is left and right is right. Fire button to fire the gun and run stop to pause. And then we've got a few Italian loading instructions and some credits. And at the end here, I thought this was interesting. We'll go past the whole copyright blurb and then just say at the bottom here, Los Angeles Police Department was originally named LA Drugs Bust. So that suggests this game was released previously and therefore contradicts what it said on the front, which was that it's a new release. So make of that what you will. But there you go, that was the packaging, which was quite extensive. Let's load the game up and see how it plays. Okay, so here's the title screen for the game. As you can see, it says LA Police Department on it, copyright 1991, Interceptor Limited. So Interceptor Software was the sort of parent company. Their budget label was players software, so that explains that. So you've got a high score table with just 3 entries on it, and it says press fire to start. At the bottom there you see code by P. Ruston and the music by Sonic Graffiti, which is playing in the background. Let's have a little listen to that. Seems like a pretty decent SID tune, nothing too spectacular, but it does the job. It's pretty nice. There's some interesting sort of effects going on. I don't know what you call them because I'm not really that into music. Couldn't describe what they are described as, but there we go. So anyway, let's get the game started. There's nothing more to see on the title screen other than I should mention a very interesting sort of cycling effect over that high score table, putting a black bit over it over and over again for some reason. So, and actually the tune was very short because it's back to the beginning now, so let's get on and play the game. So the idea of the game is you've got a certain number of enemies to destroy on each stage, which is denoted on the score thing at the bottom there, the display, and you've got a limited number of bullets to shoot them with, so you have to pick up power-ups when you get the chance. Not power-ups but collectibles, there's some there, and yeah, lots of people shooting at me and I'm dead already. This game is hard. You can obviously see from that very short playthrough that it is an Operation Wolf clone, scrolling along with various enemies coming in the foreground and in the background, all shooting at you, and there's also some grannies to avoid shooting. If you shoot the grannies as they're walking across the screen, then you will lose some energy. So that was hard. Let's give it another go and see if I can do any better on it. So as I mentioned, you've got a very limited number of bullets, so you can't just move around the screen spraying with the bullets because they'll soon run out. But there are lots of power-ups dropped by the guys running across the middle of the screen. They're the ones to focus on primarily. There's some guys shooting grenades at you. You can shoot those grenades out the sky if you're careful. There's also a smart bomb, but again, I've run out of health. So that didn't last very long again. Basically, you're really relying on them dropping. There's 2 power-ups. Or power-ups, keep calling them power-ups, they're just items. There are no power-ups except there's a machine gun you can get, but if they drop the health boost like that one there, that's health boost, then you can get up to a reasonable level of health, so you're relying on them dropping that frequently. And also there's a shield, which obviously gives you a shield which gets worn down instead of your health. So yeah, it's just moving the crosshairs around the screen as fast as you can, shooting all the way. There you go, that's the shield there, and also some more bullets. When you run out of bullets, they replenish very slowly. This is the machine gun power up, which you can see fires more quickly. I'm getting a bit further than the last 2 playthroughs, but I am nearly out of health again. Yeah, I'm dead again. There's so many enemies shooting at you all the time, draining your health. If you don't get the health power-ups or items, boosts, whatever you want to call them, then you're in for a very short game, as you've already seen. I'll give it another go, see if I can get a bit further. So it's absolutely crucial that you shoot these guys in the middle of the screen, but they don't always drop power-ups, so... Oh! Yeah, this is just... I'm going to last even less time than last time. Yeah, there we go. It's game over again. It is absolutely ridiculously hard. There's just too many enemies flying at you, and the fact that the power-ups are dropped randomly does not help in the slightest. So there, right from the beginning, I've got more bullets and a shield, so I've got a better chance there, and a smart bomb as well. So yeah, it is all just down to what power-ups you get and when. So now I've got a good amount of health, I've got the shield, I've got the machine gun, it's all going quite well. Still lots of enemies shooting at me though, so it's not easy. Oh, shot an innocent there as well. But I've got a bit of a chance of getting a bit further this time. The crosshairs moves around quite smoothly, and I think the graphics are... Oh dear, I shouldn't have done that bomb then. Oh, need that shield there. Yeah, the graphics are pretty decent. I think they're animated quite nicely. Everyone's very brown in classic Commodore 64 style, but overall the graphics are pretty nice. The animation of the grenades coming towards you is well done. You know, you've got the foreground enemies. It's very obviously just a rip-off of Operation Wolf. I've got health again there, so I'm doing a little bit better, and another health. But now I've run out of bullets though, so you can see now... Oh no, I've just got some. I was going to say, when you run out of bullets, they respawn very slowly, so you've still got a chance of shooting, so you've just got to wait to get the right item and just and shoot the enemies when they pop on the screen and hope for the best, really. So here the screen scrolls upwards briefly into this building and then back down again. It only 2 or 3 enemies pop out of those windows and then it just goes back down again. What's going on here? Okay, so yeah, now it's scrolling back and it's the same idea, but these guys running across the screen now very rarely drop power-ups when you're coming across this way. I've got no bullets now, so this is just, oh there we go, I've got some again and some more, but my health's running down. There's been no sign of any health drops from any, oh there's one, and I've just run out of health and died. So I've still got 29 enemies to go, but basically the screen just scrolls back across until you either get fatally wounded and die, or you kill enough enemies to complete the stage, which I've never done. So there we go, I got my name in the high score table, so I made a bit more progress. So it's got the framework of a pretty decent game, not a great game, but a reasonably playable budget clone of Operation Wolf. I'm not sure you would have needed it in 1991 because oh, I've accidentally started the game again, but never mind. Yeah, I'm not sure you'd have needed it in 1991 because Operation Wolf would have been out at budget price by then, so you may as well just buy that. But you know, it's not too bad. The graphics are alright. You know, the crosshairs moves around nicely. There's some reasonable sound effects of bullets firing and all that kind of stuff. So it's not too bad. It's just too damn hard. So what I'm going to do after playing through this attempt is load up a cracked version of the game and play it with cheats just to see if I can get a bit further and show that actually with a couple of small changes it wouldn't have been that bad a game. But yeah, I'm nearly out of health. I'm not even going to collect that one. I'm going to get myself killed off. So yeah, I'm going to switch this off, load up a cracked version off my SD card and play with a bit more in the way of firepower and a few other little bits and pieces as well. Right then, so back at the title screen of this cracked version, and you can tell it's a cracked version because the name in the high score table has been changed to the Cracker, presumably X-ray there. So this has got a load of different options on it, and what I've done, I haven't given myself unlimited energy or lives, or there isn't unlimited lives because you only get one, because I don't want the game to last forever. But what I have done is given myself unlimited bullets, so I don't have to keep picking up the bullets and I've always got plenty to shoot with. I'm starting with the machine gun, which won't have unlimited bullets, so that will run out eventually, and I've started with the shield on as well, so that'll give me a bit more health to begin with. So that should allow me to progress further. There's also a couple of interesting things in game. One of the things is you can press a button to reduce the number of enemies you need to kill, so I might do that if I'm running out of health, and there's also buttons to top up your health and shield levels as well, but I'll try not to use those. So let's kick the game off again with a little bit more firepower and see how I get on. So the main thing, obviously I'm starting with the machine gun, so I've got some serious firepower right from the start. Oh, I've just killed an innocent person there, but oh, and again, oh dear. The main thing is now I can just fire all the time. I don't need to worry about conserving my ammo. But I'm still reliant on getting some health power-ups and some shields and things like that as we go through. But one thing I might do is hit the spacebar now and then, like now, just to make sure that my shield's topped up so that I'm not too concerned about running out of health. So I've got plenty of shield and plenty of health. By the way, every shot that gets fired at you, I think just diminishes your shield or health by 1. Oh dear, I've killed 3 innocent grannies so far. Good job, I've got plenty of ammo and plenty of health at the moment. Yeah, so I think just the fact of having unlimited ammo may have been enough just to make it a more playable game, and I don't think it's unreasonable to think that you would go into a war zone like this without unlimited ammo. The fact that you have to pick it up off people you've shot seems a bit unreasonable, really. It is just to try and make the game impossible to play, I think, and probably increase the longevity of it, because I don't imagine it's got too many levels. So here we are in this bit that scrolls up again. Again, it just does it for a split second almost, then throws some more enemies at you, and down it goes again. So yeah, it's a bit pointless. I guess it was just showing off that it scrolls in 4 directions, so they could put that on the cover. And that's another granny killed. Really not being nice to the old age pensioners in this area. Why is it always grannies as well? It's not kids or other innocents, it's always just old ladies walking around for some reason. So again, scrolling back, I'll just top my health up again, sorry, my shield. Scrolling back to the start of the level, and I've still got 20 odd enemies to kill. But I'm getting there, 19 left. I do like the hand grenades. I think like I say, the graphics are pretty decent in the game. It's a reasonably well put together game, except for the ridiculously high difficulty level. Nearly there, 4 enemies still to go. And there we go, that's the last enemy kill just as I got back to the beginning, and it's starting to scroll back again, but oh okay, well, I was expecting, it said in the instructions there was going to be a boss at the end of the level when you'd cleared all the enemies, but apparently not. So here we go, I'm now on level 2, and it's more of the same by the looks of it. Can't kill him. So I'm not going to let this go on much longer because it looks like it's just more of the same. I can skip levels with run stop, I think, and let's just give myself a bit more health. But the main thing to note here is that you have to clear 150 enemies off this level, so it makes it even more difficult. But in terms of the scrolling and everything, it's pretty much exactly the same. It scrolls from left to right, it probably gets to a point, goes up and down, and then goes back the way it came. We'll just carry on for a little bit longer. In fact, let's press this button to reduce the number of enemies you've got to destroy down to... oh dear, there goes another old lady. I do like shooting the hand grenades out of the sky, that's a nice touch. So they did put some thought into it, but the big problem is it's just so bloody difficult and impossible. If you don't get a health power up randomly early on, you've got absolutely no chance of making any progress. So I've got 35 enemies left to go. I'd just like to see what happens when it... here we go, I've got to the end. So it's going to scroll up again presumably in a minute. Is it? No, everyone's just shooting at me all from the same place. Is it ever going to start scrolling back? Here we go, it's scrolling up again. And again, more of the same, just people shooting you out of the windows. I'm bored with the game now, to be honest. But you can see it's a reasonably well programmed and put together game. If you wanted a cheap Operation Wolf clone, it does the job, except it's just so difficult that a normal game may only last a matter of like 30 seconds. So yeah, really frustrating in that respect. And there we go, I've run out of health, but we've seen enough of the game. None of the enemies were different on the second level either by the looks of it, so not really worth persevering with it any further. I've got my name in the high score table, as you'd expect, because I've been playing it for quite a bit of time compared to without cheats. But there you go, that's it for this one. Pretty disappointing game all round, it has to be said. Not a bad looking game, but it's way too difficult without cheats, so means you soon get bored with it, I think, unless you got serious perseverance with it. But yeah, so that's that for that one. I don't see any point in keeping that game. I would never play that again, so that will go on the for sale pile. And if you've got any thoughts about the game, then let me know in the video comments, please, as always. And I think that'll do for this one. That's another review done then, and that means it's time to pick another game out of the tin for next time around. So let's see what comes out at random this time. And the game that has come out of the tin is a PS1 game, Apocalypse. So I'll be playing that next time around. Thanks very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.